Pattern 8. Why don't we? 1. Why don't I?
Why don't I show you the baby's room? Why don't I join you? Why don't I get us some beers? Why don't I do that for you? Why don't I just call you tomorrow morning and remind you? Why don't I ever see your husband?
He's very tired since he has to work nights. 2. Why don't we?
Why don't we invite her? Why don't we have lunch? Why don't we just wait and see what Will has to say? Why don't we ask Grace to do it? Why don't we take a 5-minute break? Any ideas about how to spend Christmas?
Why don't we go downtown and go window shopping? 3. Why don't we go?
Why don't we go for a drive? Why don't we go down to the bar? Why don't we go sit down with our friends? Why don't we go to another park? Why don't we go inside the nightclub? Why don't we go to a zoo?
Good idea. I like animals. 4. Why don't we start?
Why don't we start saving money? Why don't we start fixing up the house? Why don't we start discussing the situation? Why don't we start dinner early? Why don't we start studying? Both of us are getting a little fat.
Why don't we start exercising?